I'm back again, and as you can see, natural. Um, so I will place my stats at the bottom. I'm coming to you because last time we spoke, it was because my doctor had called saying that I was severely deficient on vitamin D. Then the letter shows up a few days ago, and it says, not only am I severely deficient on vitamin D, but I also, of course, I think I told you ladies the same thing about, and gentlemen, about iron deficiency. So I had to use that. And I took some of your suggestions as to try fiber chewable tablets, and that's been working great. But the letter showed up a few days ago, and I've been battling with this since the letter showed up. It was very different, or slightly different. I'll say slightly different from the conversation I had over the phone because it included deficiency in protein. How they're able to tell through the bloodstream. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, don't work in the medical field in that area. Um, so I wouldn't know how that's measured in the blood, but my fitness pal tells me that I am reaching 64 grams of protein, and sometimes that I'm reaching 70. But according to their blood test, I am not even reaching close to 60. So I had to include protein shakes in the last few days, and I have been struggling, like really seriously struggling in my intake of water, in my intake of food, because I've included the protein shakes for the last few days. um it's frustrating, and it got me thinking. Last spring, perhaps even midsummer, I found some videos. uh it's Confession of a Fat Girl Diary, because I felt like I felt very, 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 very fat the last few days. Very, very fat. I felt huge. I felt ashamed. I felt like I was hiding. Um, so I wrote down a few things and said, maybe I should write or have a video about Confessions of a Fat Girl, because right now I feel like I regressed to that individual just because I added two shakes, and when I weigh myself, I am still 187. Yes, I know I hit a plateau for the last couple of videos, but that's normal, totally normal. Um, so anyway, for me, it's normal. Very slow loser. So I know that by adding protein and still eating healthy, the weight's supposed to come off a lot easier. So maybe this will help with that stinking plateau. I'm not angry about my plateau. I was at the beginning when I was probably September, October, but by now I'm so used to the plateaus that it doesn't. And the little minor fluctuations, I don't mind. I think I will mind if I start seeing that instead of fluctuations, the weight goes up and up and up. But anyway, I'm gonna do Confessions of a Fat Girl. All right. So people used to watch me eat, and I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. When we would go to restaurants, friend's house, I would take small bites of whatever I was eating, and I would serve myself as small portion as I could. Sometimes I would serve myself a small portion and then ask for seconds, or I would portion out myself something small and then leave that place, and on my way home grab a meal, or when I got home really eat what I wanted to eat. Um, I did a lot of my work in the community, and lunchtime wasn't set. So There were times where on my way to go see a client or do a home visit or a spot check somewhere, I would do a drive-through window for, I don't know, a meal, do another drive-through window for dessert, do another drive-through window for I don't know, snack. And it wasn't like in a row. It would be probably within a 3 to maybe 2 hour span. But I kind of eat it a little slow. On good days, I would eat it slow. On bad days, I eat it pretty fast. And if I ate it pretty fast, I would go to another drive-through and just eat that. I did a lot of crash diets. I'm reading from a paper. I did a lot of crash diets, even when I told people, "Oh no, me, I'm not in a diet. I'm perfectly happy in my skin. I have nothing wrong with the way my weight. Take it or leave it." But in reality, I was doing these crash diets as much as I could to see which one would work. So there was a time where I had lost about 50 pounds, and I had gotten down to a size XL, and I was very proud that I got into a size XL. And I had thought that this was gonna be the thing for me that was gonna work. So I bought a skirt that had elastic waistband, and when got bored with the diet plan, when I hit a wall with it, I went back to binge eating. But because the skirt had an elastic band, and I'll never do elastic bands again once I get to my goal weight. Right now, all my skirts are still elastic because I try not to purchase any clothing. I'm getting a lot of used clothes from people, so as I get smaller. But I am going to, as soon as I get to a very, very, very comfortable weight, or my goal, which is 150, I'm going to avoid everything I can to not get elastic bands. Because I had elastic band when I lost that 50 pounds, I didn't realize that my binge eating had full blown out of control. Because I wasn't eating a massive plate, um, I didn't see it as binge eating. There were small little things. It was like when a bird eats, you just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And having the elastic waist did not tell me, hey, you're gaining weight. The elastic is expanded. So when someone would say, "Oh, what is your clothing size?" I would say, "Oh no, I'm still a 1X," and I had stopped being a 1X as soon as I gained back the 50 pounds plus some. And that elastic on that skirt was no more. It was no more, and I wasn't fitting into my jean skirts anymore. And that should have been a sign for me that my binging had gone out of control. There were days I would um, on the way home I'll grab something to eat, and then when I got home, I didn't anticipate eating, but my husband would have dinner ready, and he would say, I cooked you something," and I couldn't tell him that I had already eaten on the way home because I just felt too embarrassed to say to him, "Oh no, that's okay, I already ate." So I would eat what he made, but I would make it sound like I'm eating it, and I would make it sound, "Oh wow, this is really good," but you know what, my stomach is kind of. Or I would finish it, and then I would like, "Oh my god, that was so too much for me," and I would lay down. In reality, it was that I had already had a meal on the way here. Saying I was hungry for certain things when I really wasn't hungry, because I didn't realize what hunger pain really was. Oh God, I think it's telling me that it's running out of space. Um, so having hunger pains to me was foreign. Um, I would feel if I didn't eat correctly and all I ate was junk food, then I would feel jittery, which would let me know that although I didn't have diabetes, I was having the symptoms of it. So I didn't know what hunger pain really was until I started the process pre-op, where they had me in a very, very strict plan. And, um, they had me do keto for almost 6 months. And then they had me do liquid diet um, for 2 weeks prior to the surgery, and then for 2 to 3 weeks after surgery. Um, that was my experience of hunger. That's what I knew. And even today, I do know when, when I'm hungry. But again, it was so different from before this journey started. Uh, I have to confess that I was very jealous of my friends starting a diet, completing the diet, and being successful. Very jealous of how they would go from being, I don't know, size 18, and now they're like a size 6 or 4. I would be very, very upset with individuals who had 10 pounds to lose, and here I had 100 and something to lose. I wanted to say, cut it out. So those are the things that this past few days have really bothered me, because suddenly I felt by pushing all this extra protein in me, um, kind of lost my balance a little bit emotionally and mentally, because I'm not, I don't feel like I'm enjoying food. I don't feel like I'm enjoying, at least this week. So I have to be creative with my protein shake to see if I could get out of this funky mood. Uh, and well, that's basically about it. Okay. Anyway, keep coming at me with your videos, suggestions, with ideas. I don't know why I keep saying that. So I'll stop the video now because my phone keeps warning me that it's about to turn off. Bye.